Hi everybody and welcome to our last Monday assembly of our school year. We'll have another assembly later in the week where we think about our celebrations and people who have got house point certificates or perhaps even been nominated for the Shields. But this is our last Monday assembly. It's been a really disappointing end to last week, as I'm sure many of you know, where we've had to have classes going home to go back to the remote learning for the last week of term. Really disappointing end of the year for everybody, for those classes, for those grown-ups and for the children that work in those classes who have been looking forward to the end of the year and leavers assemblies and celebrations as well. Although they were going to be different, we were going to try and make them as special as we could. We hope we might see some of the children allowed back to school, which would be great, but it's been a very, very difficult time for everybody. And it just reminds us to make sure that we still are all following those rules, those guidelines that we have to keep us safe, about making sure that we're washing our hands regularly, that we're staying in our bubbles, that we're keeping our distance as much as we can from other people. And if we're coughing or we sneeze, that we make sure we use a tissue and we put it into the bin so it's not got any germs going on it. So please remember all of those to keep you safe and other people safe around us. For our last assembly, we're still thinking about our school value of confidence. And today we're going to think about just how difficult sometimes it can be to be confident. When you're a young person, quite often you've got grown-ups telling you what to do. And at the same time, you've got grown-ups telling you that you need to think for yourself and make your own decisions and choices. So it's a bit of a bit confusing. You're being told what to do, but also you're being asked to think for yourself and make your own choices. And that links with our value of confidence. I'll just remind us of our poster. And I particularly want to think today about the two bullet points that we've got on our poster. One of them down here, which is talking about believing in yourself and making sure you believe in yourself. And the second one is just a little bit lower, the one that talks about not to worry if someone or people are doing things differently or telling you that things are different from they should be. And those two particular parts of being confident are going to be really important when we listen and think about today's story. So, a long time ago, there was a man with a goat. I don't know why he had a goat. Maybe he bought it from the market. And he was walking down the road with it on a piece of string tied around its neck, just like a lead. I don't know where he was going. Maybe he was taking the goat to market. Maybe he was going back to his village. Whatever he was doing, he was wandering along a dusty road with his goat. Not very far up the road from where he was, there were three men, and they weren't very nice men. They were the type of men that would take things from other people without asking, take things that perhaps weren't theirs. They didn't really think about any of the harm or damage or upset it might cause. Well, as they saw the man with the goat walking towards them, they hid in a bush by the side of the road. The first man said, "Well, why don't we just take the goat?" And the second man said, "He's never going to just let it go." And the third man said, "We'll have to trick him." And as the man got closer to the bush as he came down the road, the first man came out and walked up to the man and said, "That's a fine dog you've got there. It looks like a great hunting dog." And without stopping, he carried on walking as fast as he could so the man with the goat didn't have a chance to reply. Dog, thought the man with the goat. That man must be a fool. It's not a dog. Anyone can see that. I shrugged his shoulders. Oh, well. And he carried on walking. Well, it wasn't very long before the second man had come out of the bush and walked up and caught up with the man with the goat. You look as though you're going to the village, said the man. But why are you walking along with this dog? People will laugh at you. What a strange-looking creature. And off he disappeared up the road before the man could say a word. That's funny, thought the man with the goat. That's the second person today that said that this is a dog. Maybe I've made a mistake. He bent down with his hands. He felt the goat's fur. He felt the goat's tail. He felt the goat's ears, its horns, and the beard on the end of the goat's chin. He stood up and thought, it looks like a goat. It feels like a goat. It is a goat. Of course it's a goat. And he carried on walking down the road. Shortly after, the third man appeared from out the bush. What a lovely day, said the man. I hope you're not going far. It's so hot, and that dog must be so thirsty in this hot, blazing sun. Why don't you let him off the lead? Why don't you let him off so he can go and find a stream and drink some cool water? Poor thing. And off he scuttled, quick as he could, so the man didn't have a chance to reply. Well, said the man with the goat, it seems that it's me that's the fool. I thought you were a goat. But 3 different people have told me that you're a dog. They can't all be wrong, can they? Well, I don't really want a dog. So he took off the goat's lead, and let the goat disappear into the bushes, off to find a stream to cool down in. He never saw the goat again, and he never saw the men again either. They tricked him so that they could steal his goat. And that's why we need to make sure that it's good to listen to advice from grown-ups, but it's also good to have your own thoughts and believe in what you think is right too. And the man with the goat knew it was a goat, but the other men had convinced him into doubting it. And then he let the goat go. So this week, in our final week of our school year, I hope you've really developed your confidence. I hope you can really believe in yourself. You know what's right and you know what's wrong. So you make those choices carefully and you believe in yourself. And it doesn't matter what other people around you are doing. If you're doing the right thing and you believe it's the right thing. Have a great week and I look forward to seeing you in your classrooms. If you're at home, I hope you manage to get on with the remote learning that the teachers will be sending through to you. And I hope you have a good week too.